Hello friends, I welcome you on behalf of GuruKPO.com. My name is Ashish Parnani and I am a personality development trainer of Biyani Group of Colleges. Today the topic we'll be covering is Introduction to Resume. Let's see that. Introduction to Resume. Just before starting, I just want to tell you that many people are confused that what should we pronounce, resume or resume. Friends, I want to tell you that it's resume. Resume has some other meaning, but resume is a short summary. And today we'll be seeing what resume is. So let's get going. What is resume? A resume is a short, concise written document of your education, work experience, credentials, accomplishments, and is used to apply for jobs. Now, as I have read, let's see some of the many very important points. It's a short, concise written document. Friends, it's not an oral document, it's a written document. And it should not be 3 pages, 4 pages, or 5 pages long. Please take a notice and heed the point. It's a short and concise written document. Now, what should it conclude and what should it include? It should include your education, your work experience, your credentials, and your accomplishments. And last, it is used to apply for jobs. So if you want a job, you have to prepare a resume, and not a good resume, but a great resume. I think you just got clear what is resume. Let's take a next slide. What is the purpose of resume? As I'm reading this paragraph, read in your mind as well. The purpose of a resume is to provide a summary of your skills, abilities, and accomplishments. It is a quick advertisement of who you are. It is a snapshot of who with an intent of capturing and emphasizing interest and secure you an interview. It is not an autobiography. Now, as I have read, just want to make some of the very important point. What's the purpose of resume? The thing is, resume provide a summary of your skills, abilities, and accomplishments. Take a notice and every time be careful that whether your resume, if you're preparing a resume, take notice whether your resume is providing a summary of your skills, abilities, and accomplishment or not. It is a quick advertisement. Friends, you are preparing a resume. You want to go for a job. Now, very important thing is, and always keep in mind, that your resume is a quick advertisement. As an advertisement we see on TV and many other platforms, you are selling yourself. And another point, in this purpose of resume we see is, it's a snapshot. You know what snapshot is. The interviewer or an HR gets a snapshot, a quick snapshot of what you are, and emphasizing interest and secure you an interview. And please be careful again, friends, it's not an autobiography. Don't write too lengthy resume. I told you it's a short and concise written document. I hope you are clear with the purpose of resume. Till now, we have seen what is resume and what is the purpose of resume. Let's focus on some other point. Next slide. Types of resume. Now, many of you may have not know that there are many types of resume. We'll be looking some of the many very important types of resume. First one is chronological resume. A chronological resume starts by listing your work history with the most recent position listed first. It's very, very important again. When you are preparing a resume and a chronological one, have your recent position listed first. Many people make a mistake, they mention their previous job first. For example, if you have a job in 2009 and it's present 2015, you're doing a work in 2015, but they prepare a resume and mention that 2009 first. But that's wrong, friends. You should make 2015 first, then 2014, 13, and so on. That's a chronological resume. Second is functional resume. A functional resume focuses on your skills and experience rather than on your chronological work history. It is used most often by people who are changing careers or who have gaps in their employment history. Very important. Now you get the definition that functional resume is very much different from chronological resume. It focuses on your skills and experience, not on your chronological work history. So if you really want to focus and if you really want to mention your skills and experience in your resume, then you have to prepare the functional resume. And another point, it is also used, as I have mentioned there in a slide, often by people who are changing careers or who have gaps in their employment history. For example, you have last time worked in 2012 and now it's 2014. For 2 years you haven't worked. Now it's the best resume you prepare is the functional resume, because you have 2 years of gap. I think you have cleared the functional resume as well. Let's take the third one, combination resume. A combination resume lists your skills and experience first. Your employment history is listed next. It's a combination, friends. We make tea, we have combination of so many ingredients. Same with the combination resume. As I listed, it lists your skills and experience first. Be very careful. Skills and experience first, then the employment history comes. That's the combination, it's a combination of skills and experience on one hand, and second, employment and history on the other hand. I think you are clear with the 3. Let's take the next slide. The fourth one is targeted resume. A targeted resume is a resume that is customized so that it specifically highlights the experience and skills you have that are relevant to the job you are applying for. Now, friends, be very important point, and be very careful. You are targeting on some point. It's a target. Your target is to customize so that it specifically highlights the experience and skills. It's not the other type of resume. You are targeting some very important points, and that very important point is your experience and your skills. And very important again, the skills and experience that are relevant to the job you are applying for. Don't give the irrelevant point. If you are doing some IT jobs, you are applying for some IT jobs, you are mentioning some skills of cricket or some other sports that are not relevant to the job you are applying for. So it's very important in targeted resume that you target the experience and skills relevant to the job. Next one, mini resume. A mini resume contains a brief summary of your career highlights, qualification. Very important word in this definition, brief. That's why we called a mini resume. It just have a summary of your career highlights, friends. That's it, mini resume. The last one, non-traditional resume. A non-traditional resume is a web-based version of your resume that may include photos, graphics, images, graphs, and other visuals. Now be very careful. If you are going for an interview and you are taking a resume that is the paper format resume, or we call the hard copy of a resume, don't mention or don't have your photographs or graphics or images of any kind. That's not good, that's not right. But non-traditional resume, when we talk about it, it's a web-based version. If you are mailing someone, if you are sharing your resume, you may have photos or graphics or images, graphs, and other visuals like that. That's why we call it non-traditional resume. I think you got all the 6 types of resumes. Let's take the next slide. Okay, very important point, very important segment or concept, in a resume. Features of a great resume. Friends, Jim Collins in his book wrote, good is the enemy of great. That's why, I have not mentioned features of a good resume, but I have mentioned features of a great resume. If you want a great job, you have to prepare a great resume. If you prepare a good resume, you will get a good job. But you have to prepare a great resume, friends. Let's look some of the features of a great resume. First, look. As a look of a person is very important, so is the look of a resume. Present your resume in a clean, easy to read format with sections appropriately labeled. Your resume have to be a clean, easy to read. When the HRs or the interviewers looking at your resume does not find it clean, it's a hodgepodge, or it's very dirty looking, or it's not easy to read, your chances of getting a job are very less. So friends, look is very important. Second is objective. An objective is a candidate focused statement. Friends, every time you have to have the objective set, because it tells about your mindset, it tells about your attitude, it tells about that you are ambitious for a job. An objective is a candidate focused statement. You are focused for a job, and that's very important when HRs and interviewers look at your resume. Third one, grammar. Use fragments instead of complete sentences. I also recommend using action verbs to begin each fragment. Friends, be very careful. Some of the people I have seen in the resume preparation, they mention long sentences. Does not need to mention long sentences. Use fragments of it. And as I mentioned here, action verbs to begin each fragment. For example, I give you an example. For example, if you are mentioning a skill, that is communication skills, instead of writing communication skills, write great communication skills. One more example I'll give you. If you have undertook a assignment or a project in your job, don't write just undertook a project or an assignment. Write monitored an assignment. That word monitored or the previous example word great are the action verbs that have the focus, that have the force in the sentence, and that can be used and that can enhance your skills and enhance your resume as well. Next is flow. Follow a resume format that flows seamlessly from introduction to areas of expertise, to work history, to education and professional affiliations. It's very, very important, friends, to have a flow in a resume. You know, we all know, you know, many philosophers say that we have to have a flow in our lives. Same way, friends, we have to have a flow in a resume as well. After all, it's all we got. The chances of getting an interview call depends on our resume. So it has to have a flow. The format of resume should be a very seamlessly made, right from the introduction to the areas of expertise and to the work history, to education and professional affiliations. Last one, content. Friends, content should be 100% genuine and no unnecessary personal information be given. Many resumes I have seen, I'll give you one example. Many times I have seen, you know, for example, a child got 58% in a 12th standard. He does not mention 58%, he mentioned it 60%. Now, I ask you, was that right? No, that was not right. He got 58% and instead of that, he wrote 60%. It was a lie, or we can say a manipulation of a truth. It is not 100% genuine, but your resume should be 100% genuine. It was just an example. And please don't mention unnecessary personal details as well. It should be 100% genuine and all the necessary details which are relevant to the job you are applying should be mentioned. So that is for all today. We have seen, let's take a look of all the slides and all the points we have covered. We have seen what is resume. We have seen what is the purpose of resume. Then we have seen 6 types of resume: chronological, functional, combination, targeted one, mini resume and the non-traditional one. Last but not the least, we have seen features of a great resume, and that features should be in your resume: look, objective, grammar, flow and content. Till then, thank you so much, friends, for listening to our video and watching the video of introduction to resume. Next time we'll be covering how to prepare a great resume. Till then, bye bye, and please don't forget to go to and log on to our website, that is www.gurukpo.com, for more details. Till then, bye bye.